Hello, this is Rev Brad, and this is the From the Touchline podcast. For the next several weeks, the podcast is going to look, feel, and sound a bit different. I don't know where you live, but for many here in the United States, the season of consumerism has begun. Consumerism, a made-up word, is a replacement word for Christmas, because the truth is Christmas has been replaced by a frenzy of retail trying to capitalize on a season of spending. Beginning November 15, the Orthodox and Celtic Christian traditions observe the season of Advent. This gives us 40 days before Christmas. I've found that the intentionality around this time of year can help provide a bit of an antidote to the consumerism and the hollow feelings that accompany this time of year. You see, the truth is, we are waiting for something more than opening packages from friends and family on Christmas Day. We're waiting for a Messiah, a Savior. It is Jesus Christ, the Lord. Since the 8th century, the Church has been singing the O antiphons. An antiphon is a short sentence sung or recited before or after a psalm or canticle. The O antiphons are so named as each line begins with an O. Perhaps the most famous of these are the words and verse which begins, O come, Emmanuel. Altogether, there are 7 antiphons. They are typically said or sung in the evening of the week leading up to Christmas Day, but for our intents and purposes, we will learn and hear one each week. I'll give a short reflection, followed by the antiphon said and then sung. I pray that this time helps you and me to slow down, to savor the season, to reflect on our need for a Savior, and to let the cry of our hearts echo these words of old. We begin right after this. As we begin our journey of exploring the Advent Antiphons, it's important to realize a few things. First, each one is rich with a theology using ancient biblical imagery. The words and pictures are taken from the messianic hopes of those living in Old Testament times. These words proclaim the coming Christ not only as a fulfillment of hopes which began long ago, but hopes that humanity carries with ourselves today as well. The words hauntingly echo this invitation over and over again. O come, O come. Key to this is the title for God, Emmanuel. It means God with us. The idea of God with us is contrary to much of how the world and other religions might see and interpret a higher being or a God. For them, God is distant, far, something to be feared, something or someone that is filled with wrath that we humans must somehow appease. But Emmanuel is God with us, God living, breathing, walking around with us, or, as Eugene Peterson paraphrased it in the Message Bible translation, God becoming flesh and blood and moving into the neighborhood kind of God. As we look at the first Advent antiphon this week, the theme is unmistakable. Wisdom. O come, thou wisdom from on high. Now, why start with wisdom? I can't hear those words without thinking about the wisest person to have ever lived, King Solomon, the Jewish ruler who ruled from approximately 970 to 931 BC. 2 Chronicles chapter 1 records God appearing to Solomon in a dream, just as Solomon is starting to be king. Ask for whatever you want me to give you, God says to him. You have shown great kindness to David my father and have made me king in his place, Solomon begins. Give me wisdom and knowledge that I may lead this people. And God says to Solomon in return, Since this is your heart's desire, and you have not asked for wealth, riches, or honor, nor for the death of your enemies, and since you have not asked for a long life, but for wisdom and knowledge will be given to you. And I will also give you wealth, riches, and honor, such as no king who was before you ever had, and none after you will have. The account of Solomon gaining wisdom and knowledge, and also God's favor for the other things, shows something of the heart condition, I think, that we ought to approach God with. Solomon, in humility, wanted to lead God's people well. Perhaps you're an athlete. Wisdom and knowledge, to understand the way to go, decisions to be made, to lead one's self well, to lead your family well, to manage your life, your career. A manager or coach, you are responsible for more than just tactics on the pitch. You lead a group of athletes. Not every person or personality will pull in the same direction all the time. Wisdom and knowledge to lead, to teach, to coach. Managers, too, are often in a go-between situation. Might be that there's a technical director, a president, or athletic director who's over you. You have to manage more than a locker room. Wisdom and knowledge seem to be key, and godly wisdom is supreme. If you're a president, a chairman, or you have some other role, to carry with us daily wisdom and knowledge in the people that we lead, the organization or business that we direct and guide. What if you and I were to have a conversation with God like God had with Solomon? What if God were to bless you in the work of your hands as he did Solomon the king? My friends, Scripture is replete with encouragements and exhortations. The people of God ought to ask God for wisdom, and God is generous to give. Wisdom is a beautiful gift, and it helps us to discern right from wrong. Wisdom helps us to choose whether to go left or right. Wisdom helps us to understand the mind of God. But a final encouragement as we get ready to hear the antiphon for the week. No amount of wisdom or knowledge can ultimately save us. You can be the wisest person on the planet, but if our wisdom and knowledge is not centered and sustained by God's love, it makes no difference. Friends, ask God for wisdom, his wisdom, and surrender to his love and call on your heart and life. Allow him to teach and to show you the ancient paths in which we must go.
O wisdom, you come forth from the mouth of the Most High. You fill the universe and hold all things together in a strong yet gentle manner. O come to teach us the way of truth. O come, thou wisdom from on high, the universe sustaining with thy love. To us the path of knowledge show, and teach us in her ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.